This is an overview of the Microsoft Forms web app within the Microsoft 365 portal. To access the Microsoft Forms web app, in the left menu is a link to many of the web apps. If the app you're looking for is not in that location, you can click on the Apps button to open a window that has several other apps that are available. If for some reason it's not in there as well, at the top in the app launcher, you can open up that menu to find many apps. But again, if it's not in there, you can click the All Apps button to give a list of all the Microsoft 365 apps, of which is Microsoft Forms. Clicking on it will open the web app. Microsoft Forms is a survey or form that can be sent out to other users. You can create those forms and quizzes and then send them to people to fill out, which will then compile that data into an Excel spreadsheet within the form. On the main page, you have the ability to make a new form, and with the drop-down, you can make a new quiz. The difference is form just asks for information. A quiz, you can actually have, like a quiz, a real form that has correct answers as well as incorrect answers, and it can score it and keep it on the Excel spreadsheet that's within the Microsoft form so that it can self-grade itself. But a form is more asking for information that you can use for qualitative data. In the main area, you have recent apps and groups that are available to you and forms that you've created before. To create a new form, click on the New Form button. And it will load the new form. And in here, you can click and type, change the form name. You can add a description that is visible to the people taking the form quiz. Inside here, you can also add images. You can make those images from Bing search. You can upload from OneDrive, or you can just upload from your computer. You have the ability to add new questions. You have multiple choice questions, text entering questions, the ability to rate. You can enter a date, or with the dropdown, gives you more question types like ranking, Likert scale. You can have somebody upload a file, and the Net Promoter Score. You also have the ability to break it into sections. So if you want to break up the quiz into multiple pages or the form, you can have a section to break those up. Adding a multiple choice, you have the ability to enter the question. You have the ability to add an image if you need, or a video even if you want to have the question relate to that. You can enter options, and it can see what you entered and pre-populate others based on that. We can add more options or another option. We can have it available to where there's multiple answers, or this question is required to be answered. You also have a 3-dot menu that allows more settings, such as shuffling the questions and answers, allowing a drop-down, providing subtitles, as well as branching questions. So if they answer yes on this question, it can take them to a different question, maybe not number 2, but because they selected yes, it can take them to number 5 or number 7. You can add that branching ability based on questions. It's automatically saved. You have the ability to copy that question if you want to use it again or make a derivative of it. Now you also have the ability to move those questions around. If I want this one to be question number 1, I can hit the arrow to move that question up or down again. To collect responses, I click on the collect responses, and I can determine who can take this form. Only people in my organization can respond, or anyone can respond, or specific people. If this is a general form that you want a broad survey of answers, anyone can respond. And then you're provided with a URL that you can copy and send. You also have the ability to shorten that URL. You can enter who it should go to if you like, and it will send through Outlook and Teams. Or you can just copy and provide this URL where you need it for people to answer it. You also have the ability to get a QR code that can be used to share. Or if it's going to be on a web page, an embed code. Once you've determined how and who can respond to these questions, you can share this form with them, which will look like this. This is the preview mode for the computer as well as for the mobile. So you can make sure it looks how you want it to look. And click back. You can change the theme if you want to make it a little more interesting. And then preview it. Now, once people have taken this survey and form and have some responses, you can click on the responses tab and it will show you how many responses there are, the average time it took them to complete, and active. And it'll show the results down here. If you need to analyze it in a different way, you can open those results in Excel. And you can share the link to that summary, if needed, to other people. If you want to reuse this survey, but don't want any of those answers to skew the results, you have the ability to delete all the results and then resend it out again. Microsoft Forms is a fantastic way to gather information and to view it for use in your workflow.